Well, here we are in the plaster-cloth mode. Previous night I went ahead and put one layer of plaster-cloth on the hull of my USS Enterprise ship. Basically I did what the instructions were telling me. Basically what you do is you get a shallow pan. In this case I used one of my wife's Tupperware shallow kind of Tupperware, and put about an inch of cold water in the Tupperware, and I went ahead and cut about 8 to 10 strips of plastic cloth about 3 inches wide, and I basically took each corner of the plastic cloth and dragged it through the water. I didn't soak it. I don't recommend you soaking it, just to drag it through, and then go ahead and apply it to whatever you're going to do with it. In this case, the underside hull of the Enterprise. And basically, like I said, I put like one layer down, and then you put a second layer, like 50% for an overlap, to kind of help reinforce it. So like I said, this is the end results after curing overnight. See if we can shine a light here, but like I said, this is one layer of plaster coat, and basically when you're putting the stuff on there, once you have it, the first strip on there, you actually take your finger, you wet it, and you basically rub over the plaster to fill in all the holes that was left over in the webbing part. But I am going to go ahead and put a second layer of plaster coat on there, just to kind of help reinforce it a little bit. And as you can see right here, I kind of made a cut of my plaster cloth to fit this side of the hull. And without further ado, let's go ahead and see what it looks like in progress. So like I said, what I'll be doing is taking two ends here, and you want to make sure you have the bumpy side of the plaster cloth facing towards you and the flat side away from you. So the flat side is going to go actually on the hull, and the bumpy part of the plaster cloth is going to be facing up, so that you can come back with your wet finger and fill in all those holes. So I have some water set up here on the side, so let's go ahead and do this. Second layer of the plaster cloth. Alright, so I'm basically going to go ahead and drag it through the water. I know you can't see this off camera, but it'll be back in camera pretty soon here. And I kind of just drag it through, and then I carefully, once it's wet, I come over to my ship model, and I'm going to carefully lay it over where I need to place it. So here we have it in progress. Oops, let me kind of bring it there. Okay. Alright, just a little adjustment here. Because to give you a little bit of time to work with it before it actually sets up. So I'm just kind of being careful, and it is kind of tacky, but it's nice to work with, so I'm kind of happy with that. So we're just going to go ahead and form it. As you can see right here, I'm going to apply a little pressure, and we're just going to kind of work our way around. Okay, once we got everything pretty much in place, I'm going to go ahead and take my wet finger and just go ahead and start smoothing things out. Hopefully you can see this in the camera. And basically that's all there is to this right here, is just to go ahead and, like I said, drag it through the water, place it on your piece, and shape it in there, and then just go ahead and take all the wrinkles out and spread the plaster through the web there. Try to cover as much as you can, so it's one solid piece. And then I said usually you let this cure overnight for 24 hours, at least I do. But you don't want to get too wet, because then you're going to lose a lot of your plaster in the process. But basically that's what you do to apply the plaster cloth in this case. And So I guess at this point you pretty much get the idea of what I'm doing here. You know, I'll come around here and come around the front of the bow and kind of readjust that a little bit. Hopefully you can see that part there. Alright. And we're just going to kind of fold it over and kind of just blend it in. And like I say, anything that's kind of overlapping, or I'll just go ahead and trim off and trim off the pieces. And I usually kind of trim it off with a hobby knife or some sharp knife, so you don't have any loose threads or fraying going on. So like I said, this is basically the basics as far as putting the plaster cloth on the on whatever you're planning on doing for your diorama. All right, so I won't take up most of your time here, and we'll keep working on this, and we'll show you the result shortly. Until then, we'll see you then. Bye. Well, who says that modelers don't get a good workout when they're building their model kits? I actually got two 12-pound dumbbells actually sitting on actually one of my hardcover books to put enough pressure on our cardboard to our base to keep it from getting loose. So I let that set overnight. So go ahead and take the weights off. We'll see how we do. Funny thing is here is we actually got I used my little Star Trek Enterprise D to help out on our diorama kit of the USS Enterprise CV6. So he's helping me out a little bit with this with the Enterprise D. So there you go. So as you can see, I got the cardboard base down. I was having trouble before because it wasn't really sitting tight with the Scene-A-Rama type of glue that they gave you. So I retacked it and put it down there. So hopefully this will now stay in place so that I can apply the. I was thinking about applying some plaster cloth on top of this before I actually paint the base. So I think we're good to go on this. So we'll see you shortly on this base as well. So here we are back at the workbench. I placed the base up top here, and I actually put one layer of the plaster cloth on top of the cardboard. So we're going to go ahead now and put the second piece on. Like I say, they do ask you to kind of overlap it, so give it a little more durability. So here we go. I got a piece cut here on the side. I'm going to dip it in the water, and we're going to go from there. Remember, the bumpy side of the plaster is on top, the smooth is on the bottom. We're going to kind of give this a lay it out. I want to keep it on right on the perimeter of the cardboard, since we'll still be putting our display background in the slots. So like I said, I'm trying to work as fast as I can here because we're out in the garage, it's hot, and I don't want this to dry up real quick. So just a little bit of maneuvering, but like I said, the stuff is pretty easy to work with once you get the knack of it. And we're almost there. Just straighten out the wrinkles. Like I said, this is the first layer, and I may end up putting a second layer on there, but we'll see how this turns out. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Like I say, with the wet finger, you just kind of go around and start filling in all the gaps in the webbing. And like I said, it's wet. It's a little bit easier to work with when it's on the cardboard versus the styrofoam. But I'm just kind of stretching out just a little bit more. Alright. And I don't want to get past my perimeter of my cardboard because I still want that slot to kind of go in there. So just a little, straighten out a little bit more on this end. Okay, there you go. Alright, and like I said, hopefully you can see that in the camera. Like I said, I'm just, as you can see here, I'm just rubbing it in, and you see how it's filling in all the holes of the web on the plaster cloth. Make it one smooth surface. And I say that's all there is to it. And like I said, once this is all done, we're going to let it sit overnight, let it cure, and take a look at it and see what our next step is going to be. So, like I said, it's the first for me. I haven't worked with Plaster-cloth in quite a while. So, not since science project back in the high school days or elementary school or whatever. So, but yeah, it's coming together. I'm just kind of smoothing out the edges a little bit. So if I do put another piece on there, we'll smooth her out. Alright, there you go. She is done. Alright. Till next time, we'll do another step, another phase. So bear with me and stay tuned. Catch you later. Bye.